Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. Today we continue our journey in learning Prism Midi Sequencer. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are inside the UM. We click on the plus sign, create a MIDI channel and also an audio channel. Let's treat ourselves. We go here on the audio source and we search for piano tech like so, which I definitely recommend as a piano instrument. Let's insert something, the insert effects, and we are going to choose Stellavox from, oops, not that version. We're going to choose Stellavox again from as an audio free unit. There it is. Now we open that, we choose a preset called Void Realm, and we decrease a bit the mix dry and wet. So let's test it out a little bit. We go connect the keyboard first of all, maximize it and test it. Okay, then that is okay. Sometime is picking, so what we do, we scroll down and decrease the volume there as well. Okay, perfect. Next we load Prism Sequencer like so. There we are. We connect the two, and we filter only a MIDI channel number 1. So up to now, you should know what I've done. So because we covered it in previous tutorial, if you don't remember, please just open the previous tutorial. Now we have opened Prism, we select a new song, we click on Sequencer, and we choose tonal track. Okay, so we ensure that that tonal track is selected. Sometimes you have to press a little bit more, a couple of times, to actually ensure that that is registered. Or you click on it and then you go to Sequencer and it works perfectly okay. So as you can see here, we have the notes C, which are highlighted. If you go to Hue, you can see that the root is C and the mode is major. So that is why it knows that. But let's go back to Sequencer. So let's try some notes. You might be wondering what is the velocity of the notes pressed. Well, it's at here. It says 100. So click and hold it and you can reduce that velocity. Okay. Additionally, you can also change the length. At the moment, it's set as default to 1/4. What does it mean? That if you press a note C like so and you press here on the first step, it will cover 4 different steps. So you will have 1/4 note of this length. You can have a second one, a third, and a fourth, and you covered 1 bar. How do you know it is a bar? Click and hold here, like so, and you can see it says 1 bar there. Okay, so if I was to remove the step, which you can do clicking on each of the step, click and hold, move down, change to 1/8. So you click and it will cover only 2 steps now. So you can cover up to 4 at the top, another 4 at the bottom, right? So so that this is a quarter, a second quarter, half, 3/4, and then 4 quarters, which makes 1 bar. Now, if you want to remove all the steps, one quick way to do that is to click here on Sequencer here, settings, and then you can actually see this option clear sequencer. If you click once and nothing happens, you need to click and hold. In that case, you can see it deletes all the different steps. Now, there is an additional mode here. Click on it, you go in sequence setting, click again, you go back to sequence transformation, which is the default one, where you have this option for clearing the sequencing. You can also quantize as well. Okay, and which I'll show you in a moment. Now, in previous tutorial, we have seen how to insert notes from using the pad, and therefore then clicking on the different step like so, right? And then, of course, you can play them. So that's one way to actually do it, but of course you can also record real time. So let's clear the sequence here. Perfect. Let's go back to the pads here, and then what we can do is to select a quarter by default. We activate recording here, and then we click play. Now, as you click play, it is actually going through now 1 bar and is waiting for you to actually record. Now, when you start to record, it will continue to record until you stop. So let's stop there. Okay, go back at the beginning. Let's click play. Okay, so you could, for example, go to sequence transformation and say quantize. And now it says that this sequence is quantized. Okay, so that is that's how it works. Now you can see some of the steps which are not filled in. If you press the legato fill, it will fill the step in based on the notes that are pressed. Okay, now a way to know where you are here, because there are multiple bars, is to click and hold here. And it will say here now that there are 4 bars, and now you are on the first page. You can go to the second page, you see the notes change, the third one, or the 4th one as well. So that is how you move between different bars. This is where you set the number of bars, as we have seen in previous tutorial. And this is, it tells you which page you are on. Okay. Now back to the screen, you have additional controls here. The first one is follow. If you you can activate or deactivate that. So when it's not active, it's not changing the screen here. You see, it's not moving between different bars and pages. So if you have this on, it will do and it will follow what is being played. Now, what about these arrows here? If you press this up arrow, you can see here it says CBA. Now it says DCB, so it went up a note. You can go down a note as well based on your scale, of course. You can also shift to the left and the right. Look, I'm shifting to the right. You can see everything is moved to the right. I can shift it back as well. You can also go up an octave and you can also go down an octave. So let's try. Down an octave. Let's move up and down of note. It's quite nice because it works real time. Remember to deactivate recording here, otherwise you will, well, the effect is not what you will be expecting, right? So remember to deactivate that, as in this case, I forgot. So you can move it up and down of notes between the scale. You can shift left and right between the different steps. You can go up and down in terms of octave. You can clear the sequence. You can fill in the gaps with a legato fill. You can quantize, and then you can change the way that it follows what is being played in different steps. Okay, and then what we have seen here, click and hold, you have access to this page, to this window, on this part of the screen where you can change the number of bars and also which page you are and therefore in which bar you are. We've seen how to change the velocity, how to change the length, and we've seen how we can also do real-time recording, right? So remember that if you are recording something, okay, what you set here is then recorded, okay? So that is how it works here, for example, on the velocity, right? You set it and then it recorded. When it's recording, if you change, that doesn't mean that it will change, particularly on the chances. So just to explain that, clear the sequence. Let's go to the pad. Let's choose a note. And let's say that we set these to 1/8. And let's fill in some steps like so. Now the chants are 100%, so let's click play. Now if you change the velocity down, the velocity doesn't change because the notes which have been recorded against the steps still have the original velocity when they've been recorded. Okay, and therefore the same length and therefore the same chants are being played. So let's say that we clear the sequence again, and we decrease the chance to around 50%. So there is 50% probability the notes will be played. Let's fill in again, like so, with notes. And now let's try. So in this case, we have recorded this note G multiple times at different velocity and also different probability of being played. Okay, so that is how this setting works. And of course, you see a representation here. Okay, I'm going to stop here. There's a lot that we covered this time. Next time, we're going to touch on chords because, of course, you can actually play chords. Indeed, if you go to the PADI and press again, you can see this selection here where you have chord, and I will explain how that works. Equally, if you go here and press again, you can have chord blocks as well. And then if you go back here, you have chord as well. So there's a lot that the tool does. Okay, so it's just a matter of learning how to use, including a fantastic harmonizer, which is quite amazing. And, and just to give you a bit of an overview. So as simple as that, you can harmonize, but I will explain that in the upcoming tutorials. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.